Shri Mataji, good morning everyone. It's so good to see you here. Let's just start off with Namaskar, Reza Kundalini and Buddha Cells in Bandhan. Shri Mataji, Shri Mataji, Namo Namaha. Om Ameva Sastra, Shri Ganesha Sastra, Shri Adi Shakti Mataji, Shri Devi, Namo Namaha. Om Ameva Sastra, Shri Ganesha Sastra, Shri Adi Shakti Mataji, Shri Devi, Namo Namaha. Om Samvega Sastra, Shri Shri Adi Shakti Mataji, Shri Devi, Namo Namaha.
I think the mind also has formed the habit. The whole atmosphere is charged with such ego since long. And that's why towards Sahaja Yoga also the attitude has to be humbler, much. Because without humility, that's one thing you must understand. It's no question of you rationally saying something about it or explaining about it. But you see, basically, one has to be extremely humble. First of all, it's a very big privilege to get realization. It's a greater privilege, and it's the greatest to be a surgeon. It's a very great privilege that you have. It's very true. And you are the ones who are chosen special. But the humility part of it is still missing about surgeon. About surgeon. all mind. Arrogance is something that with ego you can never understand your inner mind. The way you talk to others, the way you behave towards others. You will never understand because there is ego. If you are standing in the darkness, the light is there, but it is covered with something. How will you understand where is the light? So humility must be there because you people have very developed brains, very developed, overdeveloped brains, and that brain can see always tell you, oh, you're better than I am. See, always. The another one is no good, and the third one is useless. See, you're the best. That's typical of the brain teachings. And when it starts working out, it's very difficult to see that the one who is saying it is no one. Because from the point where you see, you cannot see what you are saying. What you see is the whole thing as if you have to command, you have to ask for it. So one has to develop the kind of that I have to still receive. Come on. I have to still get it. It has to work out. Now, when it comes to that kind of an attitude, then you turn round. Turn round upon yourself. What have you done for Sahaja? One question. Simple. What have you done for Sahaja? How many people have you given realization? How many people have you been able to cure? How much peace have you got within yourself? How much blissful are you? How much compassion have you got? How much forgiveness and patience you have for others? How much of sharing you can do? These are the signs of sadhus. That you break your shell, you become the connect. How much you understand others, and how much you understand giving others. What have you given to others, even on material level? Let's see. These questions should be put to yourself. On a very material level, these questions have to be asked. On a very material level, because the light comes down up to material. How many people you can forgive? So to understand me, you have to be extremely humble. And if you cannot go to that level of humility, you cannot see. And you cannot understand. And the more you start understanding, the more humble you become. Naturally, because you know what it is. So, I've told you many times about humility part of it, but my experience of these countries was where I met them. I mean, they're very humble people, very humble. About Sahaja, extremely humble. Even the new people were very humble. The language should be extremely humble language. Try to read. I don't know whose language is so humble. Maybe mine, I don't know. But try to read books where people speak humble language, humble way of talking. You'll enjoy it. Really enjoy it. Humility is the beauty of such peace. It's the only way they will grow. It's like putting the roots down and down and down. humility is the main thing one has to understand. I will be surprised that humility is called as Vinay, which is the quality of Shri Mataji. Vinayak. Vidya Vinayana Shukati. Vidya means the knowledge is only decorated with humility. So the humility you saw yesterday of these great artists and the great gurus who were there. So the first quality that Ganesha should give us is Vinay. Vinay means the humility. The humility is not superficial. Like people say, sorry or excuse me, I'm afraid. Not that way. It's not watching. It's not just a lip service. But from within, the humility has to come. Now the humility is, of course, is always marked by ego. And ego just keeps you afloat. And you never understand that you have been egoistic. Even when I talk about ego, people think that mother is saying about somebody else. They never think it's me who has this ego. So, Ganesha is the pillar of it. Because humility is the only thing that really can neutralize you. So, for humility, you have to withdraw your attention from other things. This is an extremely important. If your attention is going to your other problems, they start. Or if you are trying to come to Sadhguru through other channels, it's not going to work out. You have to humble down in your heart. Absolutely humble down. He's innocent. That's why he's humble. If you are not innocent, then you cannot be humble. Sign of innocence is humility. So this will create such a beautiful atmosphere in Sadhguru. If you insist that, am I humble in doing this? Just ask the question. Have I been humble in doing this? Or insane? So Shri Ganesha, who is so humble, and his ganas are even more humble in a way. Because he won't tolerate any gana who is not humble to mother. So his devising methods have come through the innate humility not being you. If you can enjoy each and everything, then you are humble. If you can appreciate each and every expression, then you are humble. This humility is a very deep down character because from Muladhara it comes. And that is what is Shri Ganesha. Just imagine he has a little rat on which he moves about. He doesn't have Impala cars or Rolls Royces. He just moves with all his big stomach. He moves on a little rat. No assertion of his powers. He's so humble. He's so sweet. And he's the creator of all the rhythms and things and vibrations. Without him, I don't know what would be this world. And that's what we have to really appreciate everywhere. Instead of denouncing this, that, we have to open out ourselves. With humility, you open out, you penetrate, you spread. Without humility, you can't. Because you are objecting to everything. Creating a wall. Only the humility will make you spread out. Today, first day of our tour, I would request you that we have to be very, very humble. Understand that humility is extremely simple and it's beautiful. If you are not humble about it and aggressive about demanding, what have you got out of surgery? I'm complaining about it all the time. While not seeing what are your own punyas. What do you deserve? Your Kundalini, despite every blemish, has been raised. We know that. We are blessed. So instead of complaining or being aggressive, you must know that it is a great favor to you. The greatest favor. That you are forgiven completely. That this great blessing has been bestowed upon. And to come up to it, you have to work hard. Not to feel guilty about it, but to be humble, to be thankful. That despite what we have done, playing with ourselves completely, still we are today sitting as gods, devas. So what is our decoration? It is humility. It is simplicity. Not cleverness, arrogance. Putting others down, showing off, but a complete surrender. Surrendering all your egoistical qualities. We have to be humble. That is our decoration. That is our certificate. That is the pass into the entrance of every human being. That is the way we are going to be very close to the other seekers. To be humble. To find out ways and methods of being humble. This is the key of Nirmala Vidya. How to be humble. By humility, you will not ever say, this is my bathroom, or this is my food, or this is my food, or this is my table, and this is my glass. Inner sense gives you the strength to enjoy everything that is there. So you also should not mind if there are people with boots. If they are arrogant, try to give them bandhans, try to control them through all these methods. But if you think by arguing with them, you will be able to manage them. It's an impossibility. So try Nirmala, and that is humility, which is the mining sheath of vibrations. Like every nerve has a mining sheath covering it in the same way. Is the humility is the mining sheath. If you are humble, you will win the battle. If you are not, you will be lost. Then the whole thing will become a joke for you. Absolute joke. If you are humble, you can see the stupid, the brutes, and all the arrogant as clowns of this drama. But still, this arrogance has to go, that we can understand why it happens. That humility is very important for us. Otherwise, this power cannot really be on. Now, as it is, it has crossed the circle. Now, this power has to go higher and higher. For that, first it should be humble. Humble doesn't mean that it should be something artificial, humility of a businessman or a politician. It is a humbleness within your heart. That, oh God, we don't want to understand when you are too great. But let us know ourselves. And then you'll be amazed that He has made you like His own image. That means He has given you all the powers. He has made you. When He has made you, you cannot make Him. He is the source. You cannot make Him. He has made you in His own image. Now, what you can do is to make others in His image. My lecture should not be just for nice money, but should be something you should try to understand. So whatever I am saying is the truth. Is absolute truth. I give a subtle thing which none of them have said so. Because you have got your realization, because you have certainly, I can say this. You know.